everybody, it's Amanda, and I am in my studio today. Gonna do another painting just to kind of relax and have fun. And I've got an interesting surface that I am painting on today. I've got my afternoon coffee here too. So as you're coming on, let me know that you're here. Say hello. I know my lighting's not so great right here, but I've got my light over my table, and that's where the camera is going to go in just a minute. But I wanted to show you, in the past I have painted on these before. There are some really neat things that you can get at your craft store other than just canvas to paint on. And I got these last year. They are galvanized metal. They have a little stand on the back, and they also have a little hanger back here that you can use too. So I'm going to paint something on here. I've done several different florals on some of these. This one's kind of big. I've got some smaller ones too, but I really like these. And you can paint on them with your acrylic paint. Sometimes I put down a layer of gesso first, but today I'm just going to slap on the paint. I'm not going to worry with the gesso, and because this is just an experiment. It's just for fun, and we'll see what happens. Hi everybody, I'm glad you're here. So I'm going to turn my camera around in just a second and make sure you guys can hear me okay, right? Because I don't have my lapel mic on, I just have my camera set up. So let's do this. It's going to might get a little dizzy for just a minute. You can have a little tour of my studio while I turn this around. Okay, so I've already kind of drawn out what I'm going to do. And since this is metal, there may be a little bit of a glare. Yeah, there is. See? But the more paint I put down, the less glare there's going to be. So it's going to be fine. All right. Let's get it all straight here. Hopefully my camera's going to behave and not go crazy on me. Alright, Jennifer says she can hear and the sound's okay, so that's great. Alright, so this is how I usually start out, with just kind of sketching out a floral idea, and then I go back and I put in my colors and all that. So that's what I'm going to work with. I've got some white, sap green. It looks kind of like yellow ochre, but it's actually called bronze yellow. Just kind of the same thing, but not really. And then I've got this other bright yellow, which I believe is, I can't even remember what I got out. It's cadmium yellow, but I think it's medium hue. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're just going to paint and have fun. And I haven't decided exactly what colors everything's going to be. I do have some ideas for some of it though. So I'm going to use a brush and get started with some of this that I know I want to be white, because the green is still a little bit wet and I can kind of pull that in. So I'll probably do this with my brush first and then come back and add some palette knife work. So what are you guys doing today? If you're in my Creative Wings workshop, I hope you are working on getting started with your original painting for today. All right. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, y'all. So I'm just playing around. I do know that the center of this one I want to be right there. Sorry about the glare too. I don't know how I would fix that because the brightness is, that helps a little. I'll turn down the brightness of my light a little. Okay, when I was kind of sketching this out, I had in my mind what I was doing. And sometimes when I go back to put in the actual colors, I forget where certain things are, but I can just wing it. I'll figure it out. Alright, and then I want these, this color. And let's get some greens of a different shade going on here. I know there needs to be a good bit of contrast in here, or else you're not going to be able to see my light colored flowers. Jill said I missed the turquoise part. What was that used for? I just kind of, if you're talking about this here, that's just what I kind of just drew out here on my canvas, what everything was gonna look like. It's kind of like sketching with paint. I want this to look like eucalyptus, so I'm going to try to make some circles. And that one will have him turned a little bit sideways. Let's turn this into some eucalyptus too. And maybe this one here. do one that's can't have them all completely round circles because then that's not going to look very realistic at all. Okay, let's put in some color right here. The more paint I put down, the less you'll be able to, or the less you'll have to deal with the glare going on here. So. All right. I'm going to make some more flowers. Some little round ones. And we'll do another one right here. Okay. These leaves gotta change color. All right, I'm gonna have to let some of this dry a little bit more before I can really do a lot with it. So. I'm going to make a pretty background color. Let's go for that next. I think I need a bigger brush for that though. So I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to have a little sip of my coffee. Paula said the background reminds me of a hammered silver platter. Yes, it is galvanized metal. They're little, I'll show you the back of it. It's got like a little stand, and I got these at Michael's. I think it was last year. I still have a pack left over, and I thought I would just have some fun and paint on this today. But I'm going to paint on the metal some, so you're not going to see very much of the galvanized portion, especially down here. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint over it up here, but I am going to paint over it down here. So I'm going to start with a background color that will work down here for me. And just kind of want it to be a creamy color. Since this titanium white is so opaque, it's going to cover pretty well. But I may have to put more than one coat. I want to add some more of this deeper yellow in there because I'm planning on changing the color of that container. It's going to be a lot lighter, so making my background a little bit darker is probably a good idea. This thing makes it kind of hard to paint on wet, but I'm not really impatient. I'm not that impatient. I can wait for it to dry a little bit. But I usually am pretty impatient with things that I paint. Okay. Alright, so let's move back up here to our flowers now. And I've still got some of this yellow. It's like a cream color. I'm going to get some more white, and I'm going to work on these flowers here. And if you can see, the second layer of paint goes on really well. The first layer is kind of sketchy and thin, but the second one works really well, shows up really well. Oops. Okay, that's looking good. I almost put my brush in my coffee. Alright. Let's work on this one here now. can see it better if I hold it like this, I think. I can tell what I'm doing a little better. But that glare is a killer. Okay. So those are looking pretty good. While I've got some light creamy colors already out here, let's go over this container again. I don't want it to look too realistic. I just want it to have some whimsy. And I may change this whole bottom color down here. I'll probably lighten that up. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and do this while I got some on my brush. And you know what? I think I'm going to change the color of my container again before it's over with. It's probably going to end up being black. Okay. This right here. It's coming up next. I probably need to put that somewhere else too, not just in one little spot. So let's have some coming down right here too. We've got a whole lot of leaves there and not a lot of anything else. Okay, and let's go up here and work on this a little bit. So we've already got our dark yellow in there. Karen said, what am I painting on metal? Yes, I am. I've got these galvanized metal, I don't even know what you call them. So they have these little stand on the back. See that? And they also have a little hanger, you see, right there. And I found these. I think I found them at Michael's. It's been a while though. This was last year, I'm pretty sure. If not the year before. My years are beginning to run together. But it is just like a decorative thing for tablescaping. I believe I found it over in that area where there are all kinds of cute little things for tablescapes. Okay. I'm going to try to hold it up like this so maybe the glare won't be so bad. And thinking about changing some colors here. I think I'm going to make this container dark, but I don't know. Maybe not, because then my leaves are not going to show up very well. So it would make more sense to lighten the container, darken this part down here. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get a palette knife though. So lighten up this. I have to turn this thing around a little bit. I can come back and fix my leaves. No big deal. I've been wanting to try to paint something that looks like milk glass, but just haven't done it yet. Alright, now let's work on these leaves some more since we've got this going here now. Okay. I like that better. Still gonna have to darken this down here. While we've got our knife out, I'm gonna do a little bit of some line work. And work on some of these leaves. we've still got some eucalyptus and some other flowers to work on a little bit more, which we will. Okay, so I know this down here needs to be darker. I just got to figure out what color, what I want it to be. And I'm probably going to choose black because I was thinking I was going to make the container black, but I like it better a lighter color because of my leaves that I've got coming down here. So I think I need to do that next. Put in my black down here, and then I won't be covering up all this here. So let's do that next. I'm almost out of black paint. I know you can mix your own black paint, but that's a lot of trouble. You can just have it ready. It's going to turn out to be a little more on the gray side because I've got some white on my knife, but I want it to be a little bit marbled, not just a flat black. And I want some of this to peek through. And I've put down this gold color. I'm just going to cover up that green leaf right there because it's easier to paint it back than to go around it. And now I'm going to turn it around and get my knife turned this way, giving these little spaces here. It's much easier than trying to turn it the other way and work it. And we'll flip it around this way. That looks awesome as the background. I'm still getting a major glare, which is bugging me, but since it's made of metal, I can't really help it. Can't really help it that much. Okay. I'm just gonna have to go with it with the glare. Okay, let's do some work on some of these flowers here next. On the right brush. And got another one over here. gonna let that layer set just a little bit, and I've got a big chunk of paint right there. Now let's do some work on the eucalyptus here. I'm going to keep this kind of whimsical. Maybe a little more of that color right there. Oh, there's some more up here. I knew I was missing something. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to fix this leaf here, maybe. I think the black is probably it's settled down enough that I can pull it. Yeah, there we go. And then maybe a little bit there. Okay. Still need to do some work on these flowers here, and a little bit more in these two spots here. So let me see. Let's see what we can do. I think I need a little bit of brown. So I'm gonna get out. We've got some contrast going on here, but not quite enough. I'm going to add a little bit of this in here too. Okay. You guys see that okay? Or is it still really glared? Wish I could stand it up. Okay, I wonder if I could. Maybe be able to. I don't think it's sturdy enough for me to try to do that. Okay, let's just go with this. And I'll just hold it up for you when I'm done, because I don't have very much left. Okay, I'm going to get out my palette knife now and put in some more flower spots here. Okay, now I'm not 100% happy with this leaf right here, and I think that my eucalyptus could use a little more help too. So where is, I'm trying to find my round palette knife, but I don't know where it is. I may have to just use this one. It's not round, but it's close. I think it's going to help me with my eucalyptus. I think it's just a little too flat. Just needs some extra color in there a little bit. this leaf here. It's not my favorite. So I'm going to work on it. Let's see. What do I want to do? I think I need to maybe brighten it up a little bit. And make it more than one. That's better. Okay, now I'm just going to brighten up these two little trailing florals with some white, and I think I'm going to be done. I need a little more white paint though. So we're just going to do this. Okay, I think we are all done with this one. That was so much fun. Okay, I'm going to hold it up. I'm going to turn my camera back. This way maybe. Eek. Maybe not. Come on. Crooked. Okay. So, here's the finished painting. You can see it's got lots and lots of texture. See if I move it this way if you can see it any better. My lighting is not doing so great today. It's really cloudy here, so my sunlight is not helping me out very much. But thanks for watching and for being here. I can do this. Can you see it better there? Yeah, that's great. And it kind of just stands on its own, and you can put that anywhere, on a shelf in your house. Has a little hanger on the back. You could put it up on the wall even if you wanted to. But anyway, this was fun. Thank you guys for watching and for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.